So what's everyone thinking? How's the stream? Everyone happy with the stream? And we've got a lot of new people on the stream. Actually, I'm missing some follows here because it's because you're brand new. It's assuming that you're troublemakers. Chuffy Gain 185, thanks for the follow. Ruben Davey, Tact 86, GP 58, Sadsack 1980. Thank you very much for the follows, much appreciated. Right, start by picking passengers up here at Newton Abbot and then head for Exeter St David's, where you'll need to change ends and head up the incline towards Exeter Central and start this service on its way to Waterloo. Okay, this sounds interesting. HST Sammer, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Darren Cook, hey, I am definitely going to be doing another Canadian Mountain Passes scenario. Probably not tonight, but I am definitely going to do one this week. Hey, it's Cop Proper Mail. Putting words into people's mouths since 2015. TJH876, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Passengers on board, proceed to Exeter St David's, calling under stations en route. That was your AWS self-test, someone asked about that earlier on. Let's get some lights going on here, shall we? So where are we going on this journey? We're going to Exeter St David's, so we should get out here and control 6. There we go, Exeter St David's. And put the instrument lights on. Chuffy! No, this isn't just a 158 reskin. Sorry, I was just distracted there. No, there's a number of... have I got the handbrake off? It's worth checking. I have got the handbrake off. Handbrake is becoming my nemesis. So it's there's some exterior changes. So these top light windows are different between the two. There's the new texture which has been applied. There's a number of model updates and corrections that have been applied. In a bit of a rush, GP58 says. Well, am I talking too fast? Or should I slow down? What else have we got? So we've got the lights. So one of the things that we were asking you about previously this was the lights. So you've got the off, you've got the red marker light, red stop lights, you've got the daylight running, you've got markers only for depot usage, and you've got night lights. So you've got all the light combinations you should need. You've got your instrument lights, cab light, there's the buzzer for the guard. L and the R&B are slow. Matt can't do slow. No, Mr. Overspeed in so many different ways. Apologies. Just reading the chat, see what everyone's talking about. Transfan 898. Is it possible to control the brakes using the keyboard? So I'm using the A and the D key to control the regulator, using the apostrophe and the semicolon key to control the brakes. So yes, that's absolutely fine. That works exactly the way you'd expect it to. And slash key is the handbrake. So if I switch over to here so that I can actually see what I'm doing, you can see the handbrake, but you can see it reacting on the game. So the handbrake is off. Yes, the handbrake is off. Good. Cheers, Coop Doom. Thanks for joining us this evening. Is there a passenger view, says Chuffy? There is indeed a passenger view. So our next station's Teignmouth at 2.6 miles. So you've also got the headlight proving section down here, so we can see all those same sections of the headlights down there. Unusual Train Fan says, perfect score went out the window. Yes. Pretty much trying to drive anything on the stream with a perfect score is very difficult, because I'm spending so much time reading the chat and talking and thinking about what I'm going to say, that driving the train is really a secondary consideration, which is bizarre, but that's how it seems to work out. Fringe Starlin says, I only just found out that Matt did workshop scenarios today. Yeah, I only had 1 or 2, but... Lee Johnson, Matt, for taking photos, can the HUD be removed with keystrokes? Indeed, just press Ctrl S to take a screenshot. It actually, you might have seen it flash there, the HUD disappears when it takes the screenshot. All of my screenshots are taken with just the Ctrl S key, and you don't have to worry about it. Will we do it? Yes, of course we'll do it. Got the throttle on maximum, so we're still accelerating. ECML123, I'm going to send it as just as a code on Twitch, and you can just type that code in and use it whenever you want to. It will just be sitting there waiting for you, so that you can use it whenever it's convenient for you. Camille Nasser says, do I have the rail cab thing? I assume you mean rail driver. I do have one, but I'm not using it at the moment. No, we're not going to overshoot. We're going to overshoot where we should have stopped, which is right there. Ah, but not too terribly, though. That's not too bad. So we've got the door interlock light that comes on, and we'll lock the brakes on as well. Can you scroll through destinations, says Wilson. Of course I can. Let me just check I've got a green signal ahead of me. There isn't a signal ahead of me, good. So, Brockenhurst, Weymouth, Westbury, empty to depot, night service, special, handover, Bristol Top of Mead, Southampton Central, Dawlish, Sexton St Davids, Eastleigh, Guildford, wow that's loud, Portsmouth Harbour, Exmouth, Yeovil Junction, Livingston Pier, London, Waterloo, Basingstoke, Newton Abbot, Super Sprinter, Paynton, Taunton, Romsey, Salisbury, Torquay, Bridges, go away, Brockenhurst, Weymouth, Westbury, and empty to depot. I think we're looping around here at this point. Darren Cook, is this train powered by a pantograph or third rail? This is a diesel. It's a diesel hydraulic multiple unit, just known as a DMU. Handbrake on, so I'm getting paranoid about handbrake now. There you go, you just heard the gear, the hydraulic switch over to the second fluid, sorry, to the first fluid converter. Fluid coupling, sorry. Starts off on a torque converter to get the thing going, and then you switch to a fluid coupling, and then sometimes around 60, 70 you get another one. I can't remember if this has got one fluid coupling or two. Right, we just had the warning of the drop to 60 miles an hour, which is fine. We haven't got to 60 miles an hour yet. 1.9 miles to Dawlish. So yes, as I just did there, there's the usual dual two-tone horn on this one. So you got that's the minimum on the space, that's the minimum on the B, and then you can play with the horn to your heart's content. Matty Doyle, thanks again for the follow. I think it's about the 5th time you followed, isn't it, Matty? Oh man, what? Fringe wants a... yeah, I'm getting annoyed with that. I'm frustrated with that now, so I'm going to stop doing that. Apologies. Oh well, we're coming into this station really slowly. Let's go up here and... Why am I not going anywhere? Go somewhere. Stand up here. We need to stop here, don't we? So let's put some brakes on. GP58, thank you for the kind words. Hope to see you on a future stream. I'm wandering on empty to depot. Let's go back to Exeter St David's where it's supposed to be. Van Leer, no, I'm going to do one more after this. I just haven't worked out what that is yet. But while the raffle goes on, I'll figure out what we're going to do. Right. So we've got approach control, which is the flashing yellow signal coming up. Oh, I'm not going to do the Bristol to Exeter one tonight, Matt. I'll practice that one. That signal comes up and always catches me out. Well, that looks rather splendid. One's going to be something North American. We haven't done something North American in a while, so it's definitely time to do something. Alright, speed's dropping to 70, and then we're going to be coming into Dawlish Warren at 25. I haven't lost the link you sent me, friends. I know exactly where it is. HST goodness coming there. ECMO123, have I been on this route for real? Yes, I have been on this route for real. I came through it on the, I can't remember the name of it now. It was behind Braunton, the steam engine. Absolutely fabulous day out. Went from Bath, or was it Bristol, to Paynton, down to Kingswear, and then back up to Bristol again. Long day, but absolutely essential. Really enjoyed it. We came through this area, blasted our way through on a with the steam engine. Torbay Express, that's the one, Matty. Thank you. It's the first time I've actually remembered to answer the guard, so I'm probably going to get stern talking to when we finish this journey. Whoa, what are we doing here? Ruben Davies says, what is my favourite train? That's a really tough one. People keep asking me that, and I don't have a favourite train. There are trains I quite like the A4, for example, Mallard type trains. The 9F is a favourite. But really, I like any train. I just like trains. I think they're all interesting, they're all unique, and they've all got different things about them. And certainly in the game, what's really nice is the variety of different operations, the different things you can do, whether you want to do some stuff in the yard with a BR294, or an express service with something like an Acela, or a commuter service with a 415 EPB. It's all good. There's lots to enjoy. I don't like. I used to be very much heavily British centric, but I must admit, it's over the last 3 or 4 years I've tried to really broaden my interests out, and I'm finding that if you limit yourself to just sort of one thing, you're missing out on such a huge variety of fun and gameplay. It's really cool. The 395, I do like the 395. Yes. Next station is Starcross. Fringe, why don't you normally like express scenarios? I do quite like express scenarios. I don't know why. I don't normally run them quite so often because I generally find them operationally a bit boring. It depends how it's been set up. So I think you've done an express scenario or two with lovely tight timetables. That's where you get a little bit of fun out of the express scenario. But if it's just blasting a train at really high speed, that doesn't hold me interest for very long. I like to actually drive the train. And to that end, shunting a steam engine like the 2F dock tank in a yard is awesome fun. What do I find boring? The fact that I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting there watching the train accelerate and then go as fast as it can for an hour and then stop. And then I have to stop it at the other end. That's it. I know other people like it, and that's fine. Different strokes for different folks, as they say. Okay. Yes, Fringe, your scenarios were particularly good. So, folks, if you haven't had a look, maybe Fringe Starling can post some links up to a couple of his scenarios. That two-parter series, Fringe, post a couple of links up to those. Highly recommend those; they're excellent scenarios. And you'll find the video playthroughs of them on my YouTube channel. Details are up there. Well, there somewhere. So, where are we now? Exeter St Thomas is our next, and then we're going to Exeter St David's, and then once we get there, we are going to do a raffle. Now, the next raffle comes out the prize pot. So I haven't got any more 159 keys; they've all gone. But I'm going to do a raffle out the prize pot. ECMO123. Matt says, "What's the Woodhead route like?" I like the Woodhead route. If you again, it's like a lot of routes. If you like that kind of route, then you're going to enjoy that. But it's a nice run. It's got some interesting terrain on it, and there's some quite challenging scenarios. The 76 that comes with it is a really interesting loco to drive. It's not quite the same your standard loco. So it's some extra controls there to worry about, where you have to switch between series and parallel. And there's also an extra control where you can change whether it powers one axle or both axles for getting started off. So that makes it just a little bit more interesting to drive, and the scenarios, you really have to read the instructions when you're playing the scenarios. That's all I can say, because I didn't, and I made a mess of it. It's also good for running a bit of BR steam as well. It's got quite a nice moody feel to it. Dioma, class 3707 or 450. I'm going to say 377 because I've never been on a 450. I have been on a 377, and that really is the limit of the depth of my decision there. Fringe, why don't I show the Woodhead line off more often? I should do, shouldn't I? I think I've only ever actually run one scenario on it. Darren Coquet says, "Do I ever go fishing?" Nope, I don't go fishing. I'm just not interested in fishing, same as other people aren't interested in trains. Lots of people are, and that's cool. I quite play dovetail fishing quite a bit. I'm not very good at it, but that's fine. We've got a HST coming the other way. It's a First Great Western. Fringe Starling. I can't remember. If you're asking me which one do I prefer, I don't know. I think they were both good scenarios. I don't think I can pick which one I prefer out of those two. How are we doing? 4.3 miles an hour to Exeter St Thomas. Marcus Footers, what's the last stop for this scenario? Yeah, the last stop. It is actually the last stop. Exeter St David's. And then we'll do the third and final raffle for the day. Just sit back, turn my back in, keep leaning forwards. That's better. If we look up a little bit, then... do I have a favourite train operating company? Oh dear. No. I like Southeastern because they run Class 395s and they're the local operator, and I think they do a pretty decent job. I've certainly got no complaints, but I don't really use the trains a great deal, so that's really, again, the extent there. I'm not particularly keen on, there's a couple I'm not particularly keen on, but just really because of the way they treat my wife today. Right. Ruben Davey, is this scenario out on Steam? This scenario is one of the ones that comes with the pack for the 159. It is called Starcross Express. That's the warning for the drop to 75. Slowed down. So everyone who is on the channel, if you haven't yet pressed the follow button, please do press the follow button if you want to be notified and keep up to date with what's happening on the channel. And check out my YouTube channel as well. There's quite a lot of videos there, playthroughs, tutorials. The scenario creation tutorial has been extremely popular, and there's a number of other things in there. There was also a scenario scripting video tutorial. I've also got my blog, trainsimlife.blogspot.co.uk, where I've gone through quite a lot of technical detail in terms of how you do scenario scripting with Lua as well. So there's lots of tutorials, there's lots of playthroughs, there's this great selection of German, British and American stuff, South African, Chinese, all sorts of different stuff. It's all based on what's on Steam. Really keen to hear any feedback on the stream and on the YouTube. Derek, okay, sorry I missed that when you said it previously. Yes, have you ever been to Canada? If not, I should come visit. I should come and visit, I haven't been. My wife's American and we go to America every now and again. No, I haven't been to Canada. What I want to do is do something like the Whistler Mountaineer and run east to west, I think it is, across the... Because I particularly want to see the Kicking Horse Pass and the Albert Bridge, is it, on the Rogers. I think that would be good. Yeah, there's a number of... So Joe just asked, what's this switch? So that's the normal or isolate switch, which basically disables DRA functionality, which is generally not allowed to be used, which is why it's got that bar in it. So we're on our way to Exeter St David's now, which is our final stop, and then we'll do another roof. Oh, actually, oh, we're doing... I was panicking about speed, thinking we were doing 75. We're not. We're doing 40. But we do need to slow down for this 25. So I think the DRA isolation is like a number of the isolation options there are on in locos is mostly going to be for like moving around depots and things like that, testing, non-normal things. Non-normal things. Quote of the day. Abnormal things. That's probably the word I meant. Ruben Davey, Riviera line? I like the Riviera line. It's a nice little route. It's got some good... It's a lovely drive, and there's some nice DLC for it as well. Plus there's some other stuff that's been released previously which you can of course run as well. So, yes, I quite like this one. The 143 that becomes is nice to drive as well. Right. That wasn't quite what I wanted. This service will continue on to Waterloo, but for now you're finished here. I got 720. I can't complain too much of that. I wasn't really trying too hard. And for some reason my machine's still not giving me any scores. I don't quite know why that is. Anyway, like the Murphys, I won't be bitter. Right, so let's do another raffle, shall we?